Game over.
What's up,
What's
everybody? How we doing?
Let's go.
Oh, so good to see everyone on this beautiful yet a little windy of a
A little
day.
windy. Almost got blown away, but
Oh,
we're still here.
you know what else blows me away?
What's that?
Being able to be at you on a Tuesday night. And man, can I just say, just seeing all of your wonderful, amazing names stroll into Zoom, man, it just feels good.
It does. It does.
And you know what? Like, I just can't wait to actually like see faces again. I know that's the dream. And you know what? Like, I say what's in the room. We're all so tired. And we are all so tired of online only. And I just want to say we're here. We posted, I think it was today, just like tired. And I just like, there's a lot of you who responded who were just like, yeah, like I'm so tired. Like I can't, my screen time's through the roof. I can't even focus on screens anymore. Like I can't sleep as well as I used to. Like so many things, and we're all feeling it. So I just want to say, if you made it tonight, like thanks. We're so glad you're here. And for those people who aren't here tonight, if you got friends who didn't make it to youth, if you got students who aren't here, you know, just there's no guilt, there's no shame. We'll just send them a message and be like, hey, notice you're not here. We miss you. We love you. And, you know, that kind sometimes just goes like a really, really long way. So, anyways, but we're here for tonight. We're so ready.
That's right.
Quakes, I also like pork. I literally had pork chops for dinner.
Oh, nice. How
What
was
did you
it?
have for dinner?
I had a chicken wrap, barbecue chicken wrap.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Was it crispy or like fried or like grilled?
Barbecue grilled.
Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
good.
Pretty
So
good. Like,
I made it myself. I mean, not the chicken.
man, you were
Just
ready for
wrapped it.
marriage. Am I right?
Let's go,
Look at him
let's go.
making his own wraps. Like, so good, so good. Hey, few announcements. Actually, do you want to hit them?
If I know what they are, I know
Yeah.
we've got.
I realize, yeah, we're here. We're ready.
Sure. Welcome to youth. Our banners are going now. Listen, we've got a 403 rally conference, whatever it's called, coming up. Not this Friday, the Friday after, May 28. And now there's a part of this that I think is kind of crazy, but I'm also kind of excited for it. I go to bed at like 11 p.m. latest. Like I'm not a night owl at all, but we have an hour-long prayer time set out for us, and it is going to be from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Not like lunchtime. I reached out to one of you. You know who you are, and you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. Like afternoon. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. It's like midnight. So if you can join that, that'd be so much fun. We're gonna have worship played. I'm trying to get a few of you together to share some scripture, and we're just gonna pray for an hour at midnight to 1. If you can't make it to that, make it to the rally at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
I think is
7 p.m.
Yeah.
It's online. We'll send you all the info. Thanks to the editor. I don't know what that was. I spelt like 8 at symbol exclamation point. It was brutal.
I love it.
All night prayer.
That'll be
how
wild.
amazing is that?
Yeah.
Also, what we would love for you to do is we've got we can send that a little bit later.
Oh, okay. We'll send it later.
We'll send it later. But don't forget, if you haven't already, make sure you register for the wrap up that we're gonna have June the 1st, I believe.
Yeah. June 1st.
And we're gonna have some great activities. We're gonna have some fun. So make sure you sign up. Make sure you register. We posted it. If you don't know where it is, go to the last video. It's there. And I believe it will be on our Instagram. If it's not, we'll make it on our Instagram by the end of tonight. There's somebody on Zoom. If you want to just
I'll
help
get the
them
person on Zoom. So sorry.
Hey, so we've got a great night for us tonight. We've got we're talking about baptism. We have got a few things going on. We hear those of you who are in the Zoom call. Do you got your headphone in? You're gonna
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. If you want to send them where they need to go.
Yeah, I've got them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Beauty. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a game also that we're super stoked about. Now, Jason put this game together.
I did.
Now, if you like memes, just throw a thumbs up in the chat. Memes,
Big
throws
thumbs up.
Who doesn't like memes, honestly. Like
I like memes, but I'm not a memer, if that's a thing. Like
I'm
I
not
don't.
a memer either. I follow memes.
I can't create them. You know.
No, same here. Okay. So this is what we're doing. Do you want to explain the game for us?
Yeah. So basically, what I did is, first of all, be careful what you post on social media because it'll come and get you. This is an example of that. So I went onto my social media, Andrew's social media, and Parker's social media without them knowing, and I found.
That's what it would look like.
That'd be fun, Josiah. That's a great idea. I found
So sad.
not terrible photos, but just photos that you're like, what is this? So the purpose of this game, you're going to be shown a photo of one of us, and you have to come up with the best meme caption that you can. And then we're going to pick which one's our favorite. And some of these photos, like I even put some bad ones of me on here because
I literally am so excited.
And
so, go ahead.
I was going to say Senior High did this last week, and a couple of them were funny. So we're pumped to hear what you have.
Okay, we'll keep us in here. Oh, not like that for some reason.
That's the one.
Okay, so you got to be ready with the chat. If you don't have chat in your Zoom room, just tell your caption to your leaders, and they'll throw one in. Leaders, please engage. I'm seeing a lot of love for this mustache thing.
I'm for it.
I would be so sad.
Year-end event.
Okay,
I'll shave everything but a mustache.
Ooh.
And you shave just half your.
see, but here's the thing is if I'm going to shave my mustache, I want to do it for like a good cause. I want to like, if we're going to raise money for like an organization in, okay, look, Cade and Logan said they would too.
Look at that.
Cade's got fish. Logan,
would look good.
You would shave half of your mustache. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad to hear that. It wouldn't be the only one. But maybe we'll come up with some,
we'll think about it.
We'll think about it. That's all the promising we're gonna make. Okay. Okay, here we go. These are the rules. Submit a meme caption.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof. Here's
the first one.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, okay, Parker asked me. He's like, wow, "How long ago was this taken? What were you, 12?" No, this was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
You're such a baby there. And so, the hair is like, what, did it just rain? Like, your hair's so flat.
You know, like, we did a day trip to Slovenia from Croatia, so we had driven 4 hours, and then we'd been there for a few hours. So it was a long day.
Yeah.
This is probably one of, if not the worst photo that's ever been taken of me in my life.
Well, we're honored that it is.
It's made it here.
Its presence.
It's
when
made
you
it here.
lack the intelligence to make a meme.
Yeah, that's so true.
No, that's so funny.
So true.
Oh, so good. Okay. Oh, there's my mouse. I'm so sorry. I guess if I was going to give it a caption, I would say when you've been on your date for 8 hours and you get home and you finally get to let that fart out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Man.
My fiance thinks that this is when I smelt the fart. It's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate.
Oh, man. When you smell grandma's apple pie.
From Joel. Yeah, Joel, that's good.
That hits just right. That hits so well.
Who's Quakes? Life is rough, but a tiger's tongue is rough.
Someone saw Tiger King.
Yo, what is that? That's hilarious.
Tiger's tongue are like knives, man.
Is it really?
Like, yeah, because they're built to literally like lick the hair or whatever off of the things that they've killed. They're scary, man.
That's
You know,
nuts.
okay, so imagine you've had a cat lick your finger before, right?
Yeah, I hate it.
Super rough.
Yeah.
That, but like on steroids. Like literal knives.
That's crazy. I like that one.
That's so good. Okay, we're gonna move on
keep going.
to the next view. Oh boy.
What's up, dudes? What's up, skaters?
That's we had one more for you. When you're pretending not to be tired around your parents when it's your bedtime.
Yeah, true. That's a good one.
You just are not tired, but you are so tired. All right. Well, this is me. I guess so.
Hey, where is this? What is this?
So what happened is we took a bunch of kids on a mission trip from the Bahamas.
Right.
And we were in like South Carolina, North Carolina. We were in like that tri-state. There was a corner in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Really beautiful area. We were doing some service stuff there. And what we had the chance to do on like a day off is we got to go whitewater rafting.
That's pretty sweet.
So on part of this like trip, this whitewater rafting trip, we had like an opportunity to stop and like jump off like this big rock into the water. Super fun. And this was one of the poses that I made. When I want to skate, but I can't.
Are you about to enter the water
I'm
here?
literally about to enter the water here. And it was chilly.
Okay, I didn't know that last time I saw this.
Oh,
so
you just thought I was just jumping up?
I thought you were just jumping. Just
no. This
hyped on life. That
is
makes it a lot better. I like that.
This is into the water.
What do we
When
got
you want
coming
to be cool, but you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, know it. True.
Oh. When you want to skate, but you can't. Yes, I literally can't skate.
I can just see the skateboard just.
Yeah,
or when you land and it goes backwards. And
I'm not Ethan Ewing.
I can't skate to save my life.
No,
I can't do anything like
neither. Me neither.
Oh, got him.
Puns. All right, you've had your chance.
Oh, we got one.
Wait, when Jesus tells you to jump, you jump. You ask, how high, Jesus? How high?
Yeah.
Now Parker's not with us tonight, and that's fine.
We're still gonna get him,
but we're not gonna leave him out.
No, we can
We're
do
not
that.
gonna leave him out.
No.
Now, I believe this is him when he was living in Vernon, and he was a youth leader, I think. And he showed up early for youth, and he and another leader were playing a game of ping pong. And apparently the other leader was winning. Because if you can't tell, that is a big swing and a miss. Just whiffed
I love it.
Absolutely whiffed it. Like, the perfect team doesn't exist.
Perfect, man.
Give Parker all the love. Let's see what you got. And, like, just roast him on this.
Roast him. Come on. Is he going to
to
watch this? Probably not.
Probably
Maybe
not.
he will. Maybe he'll come back.
If we tell him there was a good meme, maybe he will.
That's right.
Maybe he will. When you fail, but it's funny. That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
right. When you hit final season, you haven't studied, but you're excited for summer.
That's exactly it.
That's the feeling.
Yeah, going for 2 hours study on an exam. That's the feeling right there.
And you go in confident, but
Yeah.
it's just not going to happen.
When you change your answer on a test and your previous answer was right.
Yeah. When you're on a multiple choice,
Yeah.
but every answer you've had so far is C. When you're blinded by joy and completely lose it, the ping pong ball is my sanity.
Yeah, that's good.
That's so real, Quakes. That's so incredibly
that
real.
one. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that is my favorite picture of Parker probably ever.
Yeah.
All right, round 2.
Oh,
when you lied on your resume, but you get the job. Love it.
really? You were
Love
a
it.
carpenter for 7 years. Yeah, man, I can build anything. Let's go.
Yikes.
Yikes. Can't build it.
Yikes. I don't even know how to start. Well, okay, so this was at Camp Camisol. That's what I would look like with all my mustache shaved off. And
Little baby.
oh boy. And basically what was going on is we had a theme day called like Giant Day.
Okay.
And I didn't bring anything to dress up, but the guy that I was rooming with brought one of those like dollar store or whatever inflatable costumes.
Love it.
And this was like an Angry Pigs game that we did, but real life.
Angry pigs.
I saw the pigs.
Yeah.
And thought
Angry birds.
Angry Birds. Studies show you already meet your soulmate before age 21, but this guy right here, no, man.
Quakes is killing it.
Quakes with absolute fire.
Logan, I like yours. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it.
When they
That's so
said
good.
you wouldn't.
Just silence go.
Even Shakespeare couldn't describe the poetry that is this picture. Oh man.
Oh, Quakes is Cash. Cash, you're killing it, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, Cash. Just when you're on a diet, but the chunk is real.
The chunk is real.
Man, it is real in this photo.
I like the rolled up chunk though. That's the best part of this one.
The
sleeves are rolled up.
Yeah. They're not kidding when they Oh my.
Sam brutal,
Savage,
buddy.
just killing me.
Savage.
Just killing me. All right. Oh,
this is.
this must be Parker pre-marriage.
He almost has waves in his hair.
When all you have, I don't know.
This is what I think. Have you seen Friends?
Yes, I have seen Friends.
How you doing? That's all I thought of when I saw this photo.
It's so good. How you doing? Yeah, that's.
He does have a wife, and this, in fact, is not Sarah. Maybe we need to clarify that.
This is not Sarah. He's talked about Sarah a lot, but this is not.
This is not Sarah.
When you hit so hard, you hit yourself. Legit. Very legit. Let's keep these ones rolling because, I mean, like, we can't let Parker get away with not being at youth.
That's
and not
right.
just like roasting him a little bit.
Just enough.
Just enough, you know?
Yeah.
When you're so lonely, you talk to your cat.
That's just so real.
Right. That's right. When you're a dog person, but you get a cat, and you know, it's okay.
Is it? Yeah.
When you try to act hot in front of your crush, but you fail.
Oh, that's a good one.
Also, maybe we should shave Parker's beard.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't that be good?
That would be
Love
crazy.
Cop the hair. Sometimes I use big words that I don't understand.
I feel like that's true. Logan, that's so good.
Friends till the broccoli arrives. Yes. All right. We finished her off strong. Oh, one more. When you think of an idea that involves a sacrifice. Here's little Jason.
Or is it a boy?
Can you please explain?
Yeah.
Was this like, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, in fact, this was actually a week ago.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe
out
it.
of quarantine.
Yeah. Fresh out of quarantine. No, this is from, I think I was in, I want to say like grade 6.
Okay.
Maybe grade 7.
Grade 6.
I think it was around there. I don't know what age that is. But when in California, when in LA, you got to take a photo in front of the Hollywood sign.
That's right.
Right? And I was just like, here's a stick. I'm going to look manly. Snap the pic, Mom. Okay,
did you pick the stick up?
No, it was just a stump. It's just
okay.
there.
I thought it was like maybe somebody had.
I found a stick on the hike.
Hey, how short were you?
I was pretty short.
Apparently.
Yeah, I didn't grow a lot to like grade 9.
So how tall would you say this stick was?
That's a great question. Maybe like 5 feet.
Okay, yeah, that's not very tall.
Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. I'd have to look at the wall with the heights.
Yeah. Fair.
We got some rolling in.
When you need to get in Hollywood, but you need a sacrifice.
All right. Nice.
So I'm out of caption.
That's fair.
Quakes, that's okay, buddy. You have.
Don't destroy this photo.
Slow clap you anyways,
Cash.
man.
Way to go, buddy.
Yeah,
way to go.
I mean, this one's pretty low hanging fruit, like, but
what's that supposed to mean?
When you lied, you would go to Hollywood, then took up Photoshop. Nice.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Saying goodbye after your interview with Macaulay Culkin.
Oh,
nice.
That's
good. Jason, the Temple of Hollywood.
Love it.
This one doesn't even need a caption.
No, it's just a meme in itself.
So true. That's, man, just props. Absolute props.
Yeah. Loved it.
Well, thanks everybody for playing along. That was super fun. And this is the end.
This is the end. Cutting it off. We're back.
Hey, so what are we talking about tonight?
Dude, we're talking about a topic that I'm pumped about.
Baptism.
What is baptism? What does that even mean? Well, we're here to discuss that very thing.
Now, for those of you who haven't realized, we haven't talked about baptism here at Foothills. We haven't had a lot of baptisms. It is it's like we COVID seems to have not stolen it, but for some reason put it on hold. And this is such an interesting and important part of our Christian faith. Now I'm going to keep rolling, but otherwise I don't want to, because otherwise I'm going to go off script. But Jason, why don't you tell? Oh, we're ending with that. You better take over because I'm getting to my notes.
So what I love about baptism is when I got baptized. I won't tell the story. We're going to get into that later. But it's just this act of celebration. Like the church I was at, when I came out of the water, like the drums start building up and they just like go into a full chorus of worship and everyone in the church is standing up clapping. And it's just like a bunch of people gathered around celebrating your commitment to faith. Like it's just a
good.
time.
It is. And like speaking of celebration,
Yeah.
and like the discipline of celebration, I feel like we don't get hyped enough for baptism. Now,
True.
For y'all, like this might be like, yeah, kind of cool. But think about the celebrations you've been to, Jason. Like, what has been like one of the best celebrations that you've been to in your life?
Man, I was thinking about this, and I think the best celebration, it wasn't even a celebration about like anything I was a part of, but I was filming this Indian wedding.
Cool.
And they go 3 days long. So I filmed like on a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday.
Wow.
And like there kept being these like micro parties, and I'm like, wow, these guys, like they're going for it. And then come Saturday, like the reception, there was probably 300 people. They booked out a gigantic auditorium. They had sparklers and confetti and fog for their first dance, like all three. But then about halfway through the night, they come up to me, like the bride and groom. They're like, put down your camera, come party. And I just went dancing with these guys for like an hour. They just wanted me to keep dancing. It was so much fun. And it was just their entire community coming around and celebrating this couple.
That's an incredible story.
I think so hype. They followed us on Instagram and like we were just, it was so much fun. So that was the best celebration I've ever seen.
I think the coolest part about that is the fact that they actually invited you. Like I think that's a good celebration, is that it's like with other people.
Like we got our footage. I had lots, and they're like, no, put down the cameras. Come, like you're a part of our day. Like you've been with us for the last 3 days. And I was like,
that is unreal.
You're paying me, yet you care about me as like I don't know. It was it was so cool. So if you want to party, go to an Indian wedding, because they are hands down way better than any other wedding I've been to.
Wow, so cool.
How about you?
My story, like I don't know. It seems like it falls so short.
No, go for it.
No, it's okay. I should have gone first.
Yeah,
that's unreal. Best celebration I've been to, probably hands down, was actually my own wedding. Now I know that sounds super conceited.
No,
but it honestly was like from wake up to end. My grandpa had nice cars, so we borrowed those to get around. I drove around in his Corvette, starting in the morning. We went for breakfast with my guys. Hit up, I think we hit McDonald's, honestly, because what else do you do before that? Grab some like good healthy McDonald's meals for breakfast, and then just like ripped around town for a little bit. Came church, we were up here, we played some foosball.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Till like we built up to the whole wedding, and like the whole thing, honestly, we didn't want to make it just about us, even though it was. We wanted to make sure like we had the people that we loved around us.
Yeah.
That it was a place where people felt safe, that they could interact with anybody. Didn't matter which table you sat at. Like we made sure that we had people that like, helped the party move along. Like it didn't feel like awkward or anything. We had a guy who came literally, we feel so bad about this. He came all the way from Australia for a wedding, just for a wedding. And I think we talked to him for like 5 minutes.
Dang,
I know, but crazy. He came and he was like bought in. He was meeting people. He was hanging out.
That's so cool.
It was such a fun day because it was like, it felt like it was about something bigger than just us.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
I love that. I love that. So now we want to ask you. What has been one of the
best celebrations
that you have
ever been to? On your marks, get set, go. We'll be right back. All right, come on back. Come on back. Well, here we are. Okay, how did it go? How I wish I could like sit in on some of your conversations. I'm so curious like what some of your like best celebrations were. Like, cuz I think we miss that so much.
We do.
I think honestly, that's probably one of the things we've missed the most. I know especially for like people who are going into new schools, people who are graduating this year, birthday parties, like if whatever that might have been, like whatever the changes, like we love like getting together, and I really think that like that's something that COVID has robbed in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
that coming
absolutely.
together, we can celebrate here, and it's good. But there's something about being face to face. So, like, what about that incredible day that you were a part of? Like, what about that? Like, why do you think people love celebrating so much? And so, like, why did that day like stand out to you?
Yeah, that's a really good question. What I noticed about it most from just standing off to the side is you have so many different peoples from so many different backgrounds. Like my cousin and I, we're not Indian. We have no idea what that culture is about, but they just welcomed us in. And then you look into that room, there was 300 people that cared about this couple and that were willing to just put everything else aside in their lives, put all the pain aside. Not that they're separating from that, but just take an opportunity to celebrate, to enjoy in life's little treasures. So I think that's something that COVID's robbed us of, is it's shifted the focus so much onto the pain that we almost never get an opportunity to just, wow, this is a special occasion once in a person's lifetime. Let's just celebrate them today. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers the question, but that's how I felt.
I totally I feel that. Like we celebrated Saskia's birthday last weekend on Saturday, and it was just Nicole and I because we had to. I mean, because of restrictions, we couldn't have anybody outside, and it was special. Like we wanted to make sure that she felt celebrated, so we decorated, like we went
So
all
fun.
out, that kind of thing. And it was good, and we'll remember it. And we had family Zoom in, but like, man, that's so real. I think yeah, we remember these sorts of things. Like that's why we love celebrating, is because it creates like memories. I think in a sense it can even create hope for the future.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
You think back, like for example, this year, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've said like, oh, I really miss something like terminal velocity. Just being able to get together and like, even if nobody plays, like, or even if some people don't play and you don't get shot, like that's fine. But just getting together as a big group and having a fun environment.
Yeah.
Sweet memories are made. Like your relationships go different, like deeper. I think like, yeah, there's something about heartfelt conversations, like the serious moments, but there's something in celebration. So like baptism or birthday parties, there's something about it that just like brings people together.
Yeah, there's something about a group of people who maybe otherwise don't have something in common. Yeah. But they're joined together in a common mission, a common vision, a common element that they can just join in, celebrate, that unites people that nothing else does.
Yeah.
And that's so cool.
Yeah, and it like commemorates, like in some cases, like beginnings of something or ends of something. Like we finally like beginning, hockey, right?
Yeah,
like
for real,
man. The Oilers are in the playoffs tomorrow, and
some things you can't celebrate though, and that's just the reality.
Well, that's coming from a Flames fan. but like all of these things, like I think the reason we love it, and I think the reason, in a sense, like we are where we are, is because, and like mental health and everything, is because like in a sense, like God has given this discipline of celebration to give life, to build meaningful relationships, to encounter Him. Because like when we come and we celebrate in His name, like so for something like baptism, like He's there, He's present, and I think there's just something really cool about that. So we want to know.
We want to know. He sent it up to me. Why do you think people like celebrating accomplishments or relationships or birthdays or whatever it may be?
Yeah.
We'll give you time to talk about it.
See you in a little bit.
暮れてゆく季節を追いかけてた抜けかけのサンダルきらり波見てる何気ない言葉に耳をすまし淡い空見上げて触れる時でとて過ぎてゆく思い出はいらないけど時の音消えぬよ声を聞かせて星の砂瞬く海に揺れて白い月溶けてゆく地平線二人過ぎてゆく思い出はいらないけど時の音消えぬよ声を聞かせて
Got about 20 seconds. Come on back. 20 seconds. Wait, let's- All right. Oh, that
And we're
fade out though.
And we're back.
Man, so good. Wow.
Let's go.
So good. Well, I hope you guys had a good discussion. I hope you guys got to talk a little bit more about like why you thank you for the
Thanks,
the
Cash.
dance moves. We've been working on. No, I don't. I can't dance, but Jason can dance.
I
You should ask
cannot
him to do it
dance.
for you sometime. It's really good. He's a really Lily. He's a really good dancer. So next part of this is diving into baptism itself. Now, you know, you ask a friend what they think baptism is. Who knows what they're going to say to you? But here's like a little bit of what baptism really means. So one of the most impactful things for me, I played football in high school. I loved it, and I had such a good time. And I like the one day, like I had a few days of football that stood out to me. But I remember the first time after we'd been practicing before school started, and we were like a week before our first game. And after practice, our coach said we were going to have the chance to go grab our jerseys. And I remember just being so jazzed about that. I know that not everybody's a sports person, and that's totally fine. Maybe your thing is gaming. Maybe your thing is dance. Maybe your thing is who knows. So maybe that's an outfit for dance. You know, maybe it's your gamer tag or the team that you're a part of on gaming, or who knows what it might be. But there was just like all of a sudden, I just could not wait to have like the representation that I belong to a team.
That's cool.
All of a sudden, like we came into the room and the jerseys were spread out everywhere. We had our pick of numbers. I remember like picking my number that I had, and there was something like just so special. Like I actually still have my high school jersey at
That's
home.
cool.
And
That's cool.
I should have worn it just for today. But there was something so impactful of like having that representation that I was part of a team, that I belonged. And I think for baptism, man, like, not that we should give out jerseys, but maybe T-shirts at very best. But just like the representation of what baptism is. Baptism, for those of you who don't know, the biggest part about this is it is showing and telling everybody that's there and part of the church that you have made the decision and you have like changed loyalties. You're all in for Jesus, and that you belong to his family, to his community, and you're saying that publicly. Like, it's man, powerful. I got chills just thinking and talking about that. And that's just like why, like, we need that's just such a celebratory thing. And so for you, if you've never been baptized, but yet you're a Jesus follower, like our heart, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, and I'm going to say one thing and I'll move on. But like, we want to celebrate you entering the family. We want to celebrate you being a part of the team, for you making that decision to follow Jesus. Because if you haven't yet, we want to celebrate you. Now, how that looks, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But like, it's such an amazing representation. And in that, what else it does is we know that Jesus came, lived, died, and rose again. The actual act of baptism, in immersion, at least, anyways, when you get dunked, is that you're standing, you go down into the water, so you're representing Jesus dying, death, coming back up,
new life. Come on,
like it's representing something that's happened in your life. Like, man, Jay, like baptism, what is it? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I got baptized at a church in Airdrie Alliance Church, and what we were to say at the end of our testimony that we read to the church was, Jesus is Lord and I'm all in. And like that statement, like still when I think about it, I'm almost getting weepy, because that meant so much to me. Just like you said, I'm now identifying with someone's purpose who's greater than my own, but also welcomes me into that and wants me to join in that mission and gives purpose to my life. And then me saying I'm all in is saying, Jesus, have all of me. Like, by me going into the water, it's death to all of the things that are earthly, that are sinful, that are not of Jesus, and being erased again. It's Jesus coming into my life, coming into who he's made me to be, my own gifts, my own talents, and he's saying, I want to partner with you and continue it on. So in that, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but
okay.
what that makes me think of is it's a remembrance of our declaration, of our original commitment to Christ. And so when we come out of that water, we're going, no, I remember that promise that I made to Jesus, that that invitation that I accepted into the family of God. And so it's just this moment where everything else is put aside, and it's just about Jesus being glorified by you dedicating your life once again.
Wow. And it's so interesting that like you use that word like remembrance, because I know there's days like and Cash, I see your comment and we will get to
We'll be
that.
there.
We'll answer your question 100%. But I use that word remembrance, and I think that there's so many times in our lives. I think all of us, like you've all been and are in school. Now, online maybe feels a little bit different when you like maybe go to your new school for the very first time. What is that like first feeling that you get? You look around, especially if you're new, like you don't know anybody coming in.
Nerves.
You go in, you enter the halls, or you're walking, you just got dropped off either by the bus or your parents. You stroll up and you look around, you see these friend groups that are happening and going on. I moved like 5 times, so I experienced this majorly like 3 times in my life. And I remember the very first thing, whether I realized that this is what I was thinking or not, was like, where do I belong?
Yeah, totally. What
Where's
group
my
do I
friend
identify with? Yeah.
And that has represented itself more than just when I've moved. There have been so many times in my life where I've like questioned like my worth based on the friendships that I had, the relationships that I had, like based on what people would do. Man, I'm gonna get weepy. Like or say to me, and like as we were prepping for this, one of the things that like baptism is, it's a reminder that God's promise that like when we are in Him, like no matter what, we are part of His family, and there's nothing that nobody can say, nothing nobody can do to take that away from us. That we belong even when we don't know where we belong.
Yeah.
And so that's a little bit of what baptism is. Now, we're going to ask you a question that is kind of flip that question on its head to try and get you to think. But we're going to ask you the question of, like, what do you think your friends would say if you asked them what baptism was? It's a little weird one. Based on what we've just said, can you imagine from the outside perspective what that might look like? So take a little bit of time. We are going to be right back. I'm going to try and make this as smooth as possible. We'll see you back here in a little bit. going to come back just a little bit earlier.
Bringing it all back.
Just a touch
Just
early.
a smidgen.
Couple seconds, you know.
A pinch.
No big.
A gumdrop.
We're here, but we're not here yet. Hey.
Yeah, there we are.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Come
back.
on back. Hope you guys had another good round of discussions. So what we want to do, I'm listening to myself. Okay. What we're going to do in this next part is we're actually going to share our own baptism stories because we thought that might be a little bit helpful. And then we will transition into another question for your time together, and then we'll come back once more and we'll give you a little bit of a follow-up in terms of what we're talking about. But Jason, can you tell everybody a little bit more about your baptism story?
I would love to. I'd be honored to. So I got baptized when I was in grade 11. I had just switched to a new church that summer, and I was just really challenged in my faith, probably for the first time in my life. I had people encouraging me in my Christian walk. I just felt like it was the next step to take. Like, if I'm going forward with my life, it either has to be completely for Jesus or without Jesus. And I couldn't grasp living a life without Jesus. But the whole time throughout my life, or my teen years, I was always like, can I actually get baptized? Like, I had sin in my life. I wasn't perfect. How could I get baptized if I wasn't perfect? But something that was really profound to me, and I can't remember who said this to me, but maybe it was my own decision. I wasn't going to let any sin in my life mark who I was. And in fact, I didn't have to be perfect in order to get baptized. But baptism, like Andrew was talking about earlier, in the act of dying to myself, going under the water and being raised back, I'm actually experiencing, or I'm declaring, that I want Jesus's sanctification, his renewing, his healing touch over my life to come over me. So that it was, my dad baptized me. It was at my home church. It was just such a special experience. I have the video. I watch it when it pops up on my Facebook memories once a year. And it was that moment in my life where I decided I'm not going to let any sin define me, but Jesus is going to define me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Today, as we find ourselves today,
Sure.
how has that, you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but how has that changed your life now that you're a few years removed?
Yeah. I think anytime there's been a challenge that's come forward in my life, before that moment, I was like, oh yeah, I made a commitment a long time ago. But that moment was me publicly declaring in front of all my friends and family. I mean, it was on Facebook. All my grandparents saw it, that I was with Jesus. So no matter what challenge arose, and in the last few years, no matter what I've faced, it's not a question of whether or not I'm committed to Jesus or Jesus is committed to me, but it's that remembrance, that celebration, that I can listen to the promise of Jesus. I can experience the promise of Jesus, that he loves me, that he sanctifies me for my own life, and I can live that out today. That's it's just, I'm marked by Jesus in a way that I wasn't before.
So good.
What's your story?
Yeah, my story. I grew up in a Christian home, and my dad is a pastor, and my younger brother, who I think he might have been in grade 5, got baptized before me, and I remember him. My dad asked both of us, and I just felt like I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And my brother, he was, and so I saw that everybody came, like my grandparents came, some of my cousins came to watch him and just be celebrated there. We had a party for him afterwards. It was really cool.
Sweet. So sweet.
And in a sense, I did feel a little bit jealous. And I was like, this whole celebration thing seems really, really cool. And so I waited, and I bided my time, and I thought about it a little bit more, and I thought, hey, you know what? At the time, this is why. I want, in a sense, I want to be a part of this community, and it felt like baptism was the step in that, which is not wrong, but I don't think it's fully right.
Sure.
Now, I got baptized. It was great. I got celebrated. I got baptized with two other really sweet ladies in our church. We had a small town, so we had 3 baptisms in one Sunday, which was just a party. And same sort of deal. I had cousins. I had family show up. We had a party afterwards. It was great. And yet, after that, I like fell away from my faith,
Hmm.
not right away, but certainly as I got older into high school. Oh, sorry, I should say I was in grade 7 when I
Okay,
got baptized.
cool.
So, to answer your question, Cash, is it too early to get baptized now? No, if you know
No.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of it. Also, I'm getting called out for touching my mustache a lot, and I'm just curling it. That's all I'm doing. I'm
He's afraid of losing it.
just afraid of losing it. Yeah, I don't want to lose
Yeah.
half of it at the year end. But I walked away, like, in a sense, I pretended to be a Christian still. And so for me today, like, as I rededicated my life, like, part of me thought, should I get rebaptized in a sense? But what baptism has done for me when we sit here today, May the 18th, for me, my baptism sort of is what I was talking about before, is that it's a reminder that, like, Jesus in his love, like, I've said this before, and I'm borrowing this from somebody else, that even if I was the last person on earth, Jesus would have still come and died for me.
That's good.
That in itself, like, even in a moment, even before, like, my struggle and my fall and, like, my walking away, before, like, I would be drawn back, like, what my baptism has reminded me is that his love for me has never gone anywhere. It's never changed. Nothing I could have done would have changed that. And just his grace upon grace in my life. And I know that sounds super Christianese, but, like, it's just like the confirmation of the promise that he's made to me, that if I've given him, he gave me his life, and so I give him mine, and I have life everlasting. So
that's so good.
We are. It is a part of, like, the walk. It's part of our steps with Jesus, and in engaging in next steps in our faith and stepping in. It is an act of obedience. Jesus was baptized, and that's not just a good enough reason necessarily for us to, but in that it's that declaration of the promise. It's that representation of what we believe to be true. Like that, it just is a beautiful whole picture, and we believe that, like. And Jesus shows that this is a part of our journey with Jesus. Like you were saying, it was this, like, you got baptized in grade 11. For you, it was this moment and this promise. Like you were kind of like, yeah, I'm making a decision for Jesus. But when you did it, that was like, I've made this decision in front of so many other people. It's almost like together as a community, we help, we encourage each other as we walk alongside, and baptism is a huge part of doing that together as the family of God. So we want to ask you one question, and this can be about baptism. It could also not be about baptism. I'm going to do my quick little transition. What's the question?
Yeah. So we want you guys to talk about what could be some next steps in your walk with Jesus. Maybe it's not baptism, but what is Jesus calling you to in this next few months, year, whatever it may be?
Okay, we'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a bit. Welcome back. Welcome back. We back. Broadcast. Now you can all see what I've said. Well, we hope that this time has been helpful for you. I know that Andrew and I, just by going back and forth, like it's been fun just talking about our own experiences, what baptism was like for us, and just reminiscing on that. Man, I'm having a good time. So I hope that you were able to share something that's coming up. There's always something in the Christian life, in the Christian walk. That's what I love about it. There's always a new goal that Jesus is putting in front of me or you that he's asking you to enter into. So I hope that you've shared whatever that may be, even if it's not baptism, with your leader. And know that your leaders are here for you, that they love you, that they care for you, that they want to see you flourish in your walk with Jesus. Mm-hmm. So if you've shared something with your leader, I just encourage you to ask your leader to help you in that. If you don't know what those next steps might be or how to pursue that, ask your leader. They want to journey with you, and I'm sure they would have no greater joy than to sit down with you over a Slurpee or whatever it may be and just talk about what that would look like in your life.
Yeah. And so we come to the follow-up part of our night. Now, as we've gone along, as we've talked about what baptism is, we talked about a little bit more about celebration, why we love it, what about it, do we love so much? We want to give you the opportunity to, at this point, let us know if you're interested in baptism. Now, we've seen in the chat, there's Cash, you're ready, and we're so jazzed, man. We were just talking about how, even how you're just saying it on the chat, and we're just so stoked. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to post in the chat, and it is a link. So we want to just give you an opportunity to respond. Now, if you feel like baptism is something that you're interested in, maybe you want to find out a little bit more before you do it, or you want to get baptized, get dunked, then click on this link. We would love to see the follow-up. We'd love to be able to get in contact with you, your parents, and just dive into this a little bit deeper and start going down this path. Like I said, we don't have any plans as of yet, mostly because of COVID. Our leadership is talking about what a baptism service would look like, perhaps probably in June. But we would love, what would create such joy in all of us is for us to be able to celebrate people getting baptized, people making that decision, people affirming the promise, people identifying with Jesus, people saying, my allegiance is to Jesus, my loyalty is to Jesus, in front of people, however it looks, whether it's on a screen, whether it's in front of real live people, whatever it is. So hit that link. I'm just seeing a text from a leader. I want to make sure that everything's working okay. And I will, there it is. Okay. We got the link. Yeah, so the link is there. Make sure you click it if you fill it out. There's 3 options for you. If you're not I want to get baptized. If you're not interested, but you want to find out a little bit more, click that one. If you want to be baptized, or you're interested in being baptized and you want to know more, click that one. And if you're ready to get dunked, hit that one. We just would love to see students publicly say, I'm ready. I want to say to everybody, I'm ready to follow Jesus.
If you've been baptized, Isaac, dude, that's so awesome. And we just this whole time, we
celebrate you, buddy. We celebrate you.
So you get to join with Andrew and I in reminiscing on what our baptism was like, but then also knowing that feeling and get to gather alongside our brothers and sisters, if any of you get baptized, and celebrate in that. So if you've been baptized, come on, let's go. That's so
celebrate.
Sweet.
We celebrate. We can't be we're so stoked. So hit that link. Here's what we're going to do. Also, if you're like, man, I wish you come back to this later and the live chat's not, it's actually in the description as well.
Put it in the bio.
We put it in the description. The bio. I mean, whatever. Same thing. It'll be on our Instagram as well. So if you go to the link in our bio, there you go.
That's what I meant.
It'll be there too. So if you take this week, you start thinking and praying and you sense Holy Spirit just saying, hey, this is something that he's calling me to.
Cash, boom. I got it.
Cash,
I got it. It's right here.
We got you, man.
Love it, man.
Keeping track. So it's good. All right. So that's our night. We're gonna wrap up our stream. You're more than welcome to hang out in your life groups for a little bit if you want to, chat, talk a little bit more about what we talked about tonight, or just hang out. Doesn't matter. And we're going to have our leaders meeting right after this in the main lobby. And then our prayer room will also be open for anybody who wants to jump in. There'll be one or two of us there who will just be praying. And so, or if you need prayer or want prayer, we're there to pray for you as well.
Absolutely.
So it's there. It's open. We'll see you guys in next week. Peace.
Bye.
There, now you can hear me. Now, can you hear me? Yeah. Perfect. All right. Let's make sure everybody's still here. We got a few in grade 7 girls. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I sharing? No, nobody can hear it.